If someone ignores you, what do you do? Perhaps you're into a relationship with somebody and all of a sudden the person starts distancing himself or herself from you. This can make you go through emotional stress, and nobody would like to pass through that emotional stress, especially somebody that you truly love and the person is trying to distance himself from you. In this video, I'm going to explain to you 8 signs that truly shows that somebody is ignoring you. But before that, you have to do a proper check. Self-check. Number 1, self-check. This involves, trying to confirm very well, trying to verify if this person is truly ignoring you. You might be misinterpreting some actions, probably the actions that the person is portraying. You might be misinterpreting it for thinking the person is ignoring you, or this person is not actually ignoring you. Probably the person is passing through some emotional stress or one challenges or the other at that particular moment. So the person doesn't want to too much attach himself to people, and you think the person is ignoring you. So properly, you have to do a proper check before you confirm that this person is truly ignoring you. Get me right? So number 2, I'm going to say is give space. If you confirm, after doing your proper check, if you confirm that this person is truly ignoring you, give the person some time, give the person space. You have to give the person space, because at that moment, at that period of time, you don't know what the person is passing through. You get me right? The person might not actually be ignoring you, or might actually be ignoring you, but there's a reason why the person is doing so. So for you to further push forward to verify these things, to know why the person is actually ignoring you, you have to first of all give yourself space, give the person space. Then after giving the person space, then later you come back to the person and say, for the past few weeks, for the past few days, or the past few months, this is your attitude, you have been ignoring me. Why are you doing this? Then you get to know what the person actually says to you. You get to confirm from what the person actually says to you. Get me right? So number 3, I'm going to say avoid neediness. During this period of no contact, and ensure you don't appear needy or clingy. Don't be desperate. Don't show this form of desperate. Don't show this desperate attitude of wanting to go into the person's life by all means. It's going to make the person draw a little back from you more than what he has been doing. You get me right? So don't be too needy or too clingy at that moment. Give the person time, give the person space. If you can stay without chatting the person or calling the person or even texting the person for that period of time, just be like that for that moment. You get me right? For you to truly build your relationship, for you to truly come back with your relationship, you have to give that person space. First of all, confirm if this person is truly, ignoring you. Secondly, don't be too clingy. Give the person space. Don't be too clingy. Avoid neediness, asking the person or wanting from the person at that moment. You get me right? So number 4, I'll say stay busy. Focus your life on activities. Find something to do that will raise your mind off that particular thing that you are passing through. That emotional stress that you are passing through, of the person ignoring you. I know for somebody to ignore another person is something very, very unbearable, especially when you are deep into that person. So look for an activity in your life that you focus on, so that there's sometimes you just erase that thinking and that full of mind, that mindset out of your life, out of your mind for that moment. You get me right? So try as much as possible to fill your heart with life activities. In that way, you will not be too clingy or not be too needy or not be too desperate to come back to a relationship at that particular time. Number 5, meet new people. Be open to meeting new people, expanding your social cycle. If you love somebody, you love that person for good, and you want to really be with that person, and you observe the person is ignoring you, why not try to meet other social people? You meet other people, you make friends with new people, and see how you can blend well with those people. Trust me, if you get new people, let me say you get like 2 or 3 new friends who understand you at that moment, or who you are trying to blend with at that moment, Gradually you begin to, leave the relationship with the person that is trying to ignore you or that is ignoring you. You get me right? Gradually you begin to erase that off your mind. Gradually you begin to see possibilities of doing away with that person. You get me right? So expand your social cycle, meet new friends, make new friends, chat, laugh, play together. In that way, you even have a better relationship. You can have a better relationship than that person that is trying to ignore you. You get me right? So, honest conversations. If a person still hasn't reached out, initiate an honest conversation. You may express your feelings calmly, listening without interrupting, and be available for further discussion if they are not ready to talk immediately. So if the person still hasn't reached out to you after all these moments, after giving the person time, the person still hasn't reached out to you that, oh bro, it's been a long with chat, it's been a long with text, it's been a long with talked. If the person still haven't reached out to you, you can as well don't get me wrong. I said you should give the person time because I'm about to explain a point right now. I said you should give the person time. So you can as well chat or call or text, whatever means you use for your communication, or probably a visit. You can as well call or text or chat or visit the person after some period of time to actually know what the person is passing through, or if the person still stands on ignoring you. So to make your final decision, try as much as possible to still chat the person and know what the person stands at that moment, concerning, the sudden attitude of ignoring you in that relationship. Get me right? So what I will say is, another thing I will say is, be willing to walk away. You have to have this self-pride of a thing. You have to have this self-pride. I'm not saying you should be boastful or you should be prideful, in character-wise. When I mean you have to have self-pride, be willing to walk away when you've confirmed that this person actually, doesn't want to be with you after making advances. Like I said, give the person space, give the person time, to actually, probably there's a situation the person is passing through at that moment that he doesn't want to relate to people that much. That is why I say give the person space. Don't be too needy, don't be too clingy at that period of time. But after a certain period of time, maybe probably weeks, months, and the person still didn't text you, whatever form of, conversation you guys used to have, maybe probably phone calls, texts, chats, visitations. If the person still hasn't text or call you, then you should know that you should make your final attempt in reaching out to the person, maybe through text or call, say, this bro or sis or whatever, you've not been picking my calls, you've not been chatting with me, our relationship has not been like before. What is the issue? What's the problem? If the person is feeling too big or too busy to reply your text, or feeling that your text is not worthy of reply, then you should know that you should just walk away out of the relationship to keep your pride. Get me right? Just walk away. Leave the relationship, let it be like that till the person come back to his senses. As a matter of fact, when the person come back to his senses, then there are some things you need to tell the person. You need to let the person know that life is not like that. Life is not like that. Even if you are passing through a lot of things, there are some certain things you need to do, and there are some certain things you ought not to do. You don't, because you are passing through a lot of things, you ignore me or you cut off the relationship. Get me right? So there are some certain things you need to put in the person's head to let the person know that what the person actually did was very, very bad. So what I would say is, the last one I would say is create your own happiness. If a person is ignoring you, look for something that will make you happy. Get me right? Create your own happiness, enjoy your life. That is not the end of the world. Get me right? And this is for people who are in love with other people and virtually they can literally do away with that kind of person or that person, and they are finding it so eager to become friends with that person again, to go into a relationship with that person again, and it's not working out. It can destabilize you emotionally. So just create your own happiness. If you have tried all your possible best, to come back to the person, and the person is not willing to come back to you, is not willing to continue the relationship with you, just walk away. Create your own happiness. Look for something that will incite you. Relate with other people. Be sociable. Don't be too clingy. Find something that you enjoy doing in your life activities that will raise your mind off what you are passing through. You get me right? So this is what I want to say in this video. Signs that someone is ignoring you and what you should do. Thank you for seeing to the end of this video. See you in my next video. Please, if you don't subscribe, if you have not subscribed, subscribe to this video. Thanks for watching. Bye.